Children's, Scott Grove here. Another guitar, yeah. I wanted to let you all check out. I've got a few of these already. Here is the 1978, early part of 78, yes, that makes a difference, Gibson Marauder. Okay. Dun, 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 back in the Norland years. I like these things because of all the bolt-ons and the maple necks and especially the Bill Lawrence pickups. He makes the best pickups dang near of all time. I'm a lace sensor guy too, but these are way ahead of their time and just as quiet as the lace and have just as much tone. Okay, so what is groovy about this guitar? Well, let's take it down here to the guitar and show you what is groovy about this. Again, hey, there we go. 1978. I am my own worst cameraman. Okay, this is the early part of the year. Later on, what they did, okay, let's start at the beginning of the whole Marauder career in 1974 when they first invented them. They were exactly as you see them now, except for they had a three-way toggle switch here, which would switch you back and forth between the single coil here, embedded in epoxy resin here, and the humbucker here in the neck. And it would just be a three-way like any other three-way toggle switch. Okay, great big harmonica bridge there, very cool, and the top tail piece. What we have here is in the early part of 78, instead of throwing that toggle switch here, they actually went ahead and put a blend control. So it went from what back then they would call the rhythm pickup, the neck, and the treble pickup, the bridge, so R and T. And they just put a knob here, and you can pan back and forth between them instead of just simply selecting one. So you can get as much or as little of each pickup as you want, or all, or none of it. And so if you like that bright telly sound back here, where it's slanted just like a telly, same position from the bridge, so you're going to get the same sound, but with a quality Bill Lawrence pickup, but you want just a little hint of balls in it, you can take it all the way to the treble position, and let me turn some actual volume on my guitar, and then add in some of that neck. So there's the bridge pickup. All the way over to the neck. Okay, so you can actually go in between, which was very cool. Later on in 78, they put an extra hole right here, put the volume knob right here, put this knob here in the middle, the pan control here, your balance, and put a chicken head knob on it. Okay, and then they put your tone back here where it is. I've got a lot of the other ones that are like I just described to you, and then they also went with black covered pickups when they did that refinement of it. Okay, so this was the very last version. So 3 versions of the Marauder. 78, there was this one for the first half of the year, then they went to what they finally ended up using up until about 80 when they closed shop on these. Okay, so again, they are good old maple necks and the whole nine. You get the original pickup, everything's original here, but check out the tuning keys, these good old Gibson keys. These are worn out, not in tuning wise, but just in, these puppies have been around forever and they feel like it. You go to try to tune this thing and these things feel like sandpaper, but they're cool. You don't want to change them because you kill the guitar value. What's the value on these things? They're getting around about $1,000 now. Okay, last year they were at about 600. This year they're about 1,000, even in this condition. Okay, so even in this condition, but hey, the original everything are here. Hell, look at that strap button. Everything's what it's supposed to be. So you've got cracks. Hell, half the pick guard's missing here. Yeah, there's somebody on eBay faking these and selling them now, and I'll get him kicked off before too long. But these are like the Bakelite pick guard, so it's not just a hunk of plastic, but these things chip. Everywhere you try to put a screw in, it's going to chip. How is that cool? It's just part of what they were. You know, so you don't go around replacing these with a nice shiny piece of new plastic. These are gigging guitars. These are the ones you take and you let people steal. But they sound great. They sound like Gibson and Fender had a baby. Okay, so here we go. Again, all the way to everything's wide open on the guitar. The volume of the tone. Volume actually still works. Tone works. No scratches. Cool. Okay, so here we are at the bridge, which is the country sound, the telly pickup. What do you want to do with it? You want to slap that flat back delay on it. Okay, so it's just got that groovy telly sound. Add a little, get rid of that. Add a little bit of the neck pickup in, just a slight bit. See, now it has actually got a little bit of tone in there along with the twang. And you just add, I'm going to switch channels, which is an extra little bit of dirt is all. So now you're talking tone machine right here, you know, right about this point. Take that same thing, slam it all the way over to the neck pickup. Okay, so you've got that. But if it's a little bit too dark for you, which is not usually possible this way, so you take that, you're in the Hendrix territory. Just brighten it up just a little bit. You're hearing all these other guitars ringing around here. Okay, again back to just the bridge. Add in a little bit of neck. Right about the middle, so somewhere in there. You can pick exactly where you want it. Instead of having to screw with your tone control, you can blend between the pickups and the tone control. And this is one of the coolest configurations ever done. Okay, so how can you not love a guitar that does that instead of just, three-way switch? Okay, because you can go with that tone knob. Everywhere with it, and there is no just set place for it to be. You can go in between the whole deal. That's why they reconfigured it, because the old way was just the old way, and Bill Lawrence got creative and put the pan pot in. A lot of people are doing that now with Telecasters these days. They're putting in an actual pan control so they can go back and forth and blend the pickups. Okay, so back all the way to the neck. Adding a little bit of the bridge pickup. Go back to strictly clean. a regular Gibson. You'll crack the damn neck off. Okay, so cool guitars. What else do you need? You need distortion. God, what can I play that I haven't ever played before? I don't know. Who the hell knows? Okay, I'm not worried about what I play for you. I'm just letting you hear the tones. So, typical noises. Okay, so there you go, the 1978 version 2 of 3 of the Gibson Marauder. Okay, if you haven't given one a chance, come on man, give a piece a chance. Okay, it's just a good old hunk of slab of wood. Beat the hell out of it. Take it out, gig it, and throw it around and whatever. These were the guitars that Paul Stanley actually used to smash at the end of the concerts back in the good old days. It's the only reason he actually got them was to take them and break them. He would play his V's or his whatever else, you know, that Gibson was giving him at the time. But when they gave him these, the necks broke off extremely easy right here for the bolt-on thing. So they got pissed off at him and quit supplying him with these because Paul Stanley broke the majority of these. They kept giving them to him, wondering where they went. He was breaking them and handing them out to the audience. So whenever he goes back and gets the cheap guitars, this is what he would grab instead of smashing, you know, whatever he was actually using at the time. So once again, Scott Grove with the nasty old looking but so cool Gibson Marauder. Again, if you've never checked it out, check it out. And also, if you've never checked out the Star Picks, yeah, everybody's going to say, yeah, check out the V-Picks, which don't work for me. But the Star Picks, yeah, they actually stay right there because of that little hole they punched in. You got to go about a gauge higher or two so that the flimsiness don't set in. But once you do that, yeah, they stay with you. Everything else falls off. So quick endorsement for those guys. They ain't giving me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing for this other than shit. But check that out. Check the Marauder out if you ever get a chance to check one out. And like I said, it's just like Gibson and Fender had a baby, and there you go, the best of both worlds, and tons of mixing just with two little knobs. The other one's volume, but everything else is, you can't believe how much tweaking you can do. No, you don't got to get spun. Okay, you guys get off your meth. Okay, no more 8 balls for you. Okay, take care, kids. I'm out of here. Bye.